First of all, I think Ylva Delman is doing a fabulous job as a young peace builder in Mogadishu and for the whole of the Somali people. We're not directly involved in the nominations of candidates, but we are, since we are a research institute, we are promoting candidates that we think are particularly important and worthy, and who are making a difference in the areas that they're working. And Elman is certainly among the young peace builders that we think should be awarded with the Nobel Peace Prize because of her work in the Elman Foundation for Peace and Human Rights in Mogadishu.
Every year in Norway they do such a kinds of Nobel Peace, and this is a prestige world known as the Nobel Peace Prize. And you know, these people who get this is going to be a big, and it's well known in the world. It used to be it gets for the leaders of the world and those who work for human rights. And how do you do it? Because you have been working for a while now, from 2017. And every year you just come back and say what you think in mind and give an information to the committee mission. How do you do that?
Well, we the way that we engage with this, because our purpose is not to be the bookmakers to think about what the most likely candidates necessarily are, but the most important candidates. And sometimes the committee agrees with us, but not always. So we don't know if the committee will reach the same conclusion as we do. But we hope that this is a candidate and that young peace builders will be something that the committee is going to focus on. We are using, because we are a research institute, we are gathering all our researchers to think about what are the most important contributions to peace. And a topic that became very clear this year was the role of young peace builders in Somalia, in Libya, in Hong Kong, that are some of the sort of key areas where there are youth-based and youth-inspired and youth-led initiatives that really make a difference on the ground. And I think in the case of Elman, the way that the Elman Foundation is working both on issues pertaining to the conflict, but also thinking long-term about how to provide young people with opportunities is an absolutely important aspect of building peace long-term. And I think the Somali people really deserves that the prospects for people to have an outcome making use of their great resources in order to build peace in Somalia is extremely important.
This is going to be a hard contest because we have Haider Sharif of Libya, Elman, and Nathan Lo Kwan, who is from Hong Kong. These three young people have worked hard, and we have seen them. Nowadays, we have seen the Nobel Committee share. It gives 2 persons, 3 persons. It suddenly happened last year, 2 persons. What do you think? Can they share? Can somebody else come? How do you see that?
Yes, we would propose and hope that the 3 of them will share the prize, so the committee can give the prize to up to 3 persons, and that is indeed what we are proposing. That Ylva Delman is sharing the prize with Haider Sharif and Nathan Law.
Yeah, I have even read the list is about these leaders of one of the leaders of the world, Abiy Ahmed, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. How do you come that?
Well, Abiy Ahmed, when he took office in April 2018, he had a very ambitious program to both solve the conflict with Eritrea, but also solve the internal conflicts in Ethiopia. I think he still has a little way to go before succeeding, but his ambition also to create greater collaboration across the whole of East Africa is of course something that could also create very important and positive synergies for long-term peaceful relationships between and also within the states in East Africa. So I think also for Somalia, a stable and prosperous and outward-looking Ethiopia would hopefully be good news.
I'm talking world leaders. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, have been asked last Monday if he's going to be a candidate for the Nobel Peace Prize in Norway. And he said, yeah, I would, because he did a good job. Like he said, he did a good job. And he said, they don't do right to give someone who deserves, the one who deserved this year. What do you comment on that?
Well, I don't think that Trump will win the Nobel Peace Prize, and I don't think he should win the Peace Prize. What he has done, both with the current developments with the Iran nuclear deal and scrapping the nuclear deal, but also failing to reach any agreement with North Korea on nuclear issues, there is no reason that Trump should be receiving the Nobel Peace Prize this year.
And if I ask you, before it receives the ceremony for the December, it has to be 10 days, maybe a week, announcement of who's going to win. When is it going to happen?
The 11th of October, the announcement will happen. So not long time before we know who the winner will be.
And you always did giving an attention to who you think is going to win. You did last year. You give an elector from Congolese, and there's another person, activist, Nadia Murad.
Yeah.
You did right, and you win it. What do you think this year? Will you do again, and can they take your thoughts?
Well, of course, I hope that the Nobel Committee agrees with what I see as the most important candidates, and perhaps if the Nobel Committee then decides otherwise this year, I hope that they will then look to these young candidates maybe for next year's prize or the prize the year after, because our purpose is to bring attention to the important work that Elman and others are doing as young peace builders, and hopefully the Nobel Committee will agree with us. If not this year, then maybe next year.
Okay, and it's going to happen in December.
The prize is awarded on the 10th of December, which is the death day of Alfred Nobel.
What do you think? You and I and Edwell, can we see each other there?
I very much hope so. So let's aim for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Henry Goodall. waayahay Henry Goodall ayaan kula kulmay xafiiskiisa waa madaxa hay'adda cilmi baarista Rio oo ah Peace Research Institute Oslo aan wax ka weydiinayay gabar Soomaaliyeed oo iyadu ku jirta tartanka bilada Nobel Prize-ka ee sanadka 2019 oo laga bixiyo dalka Norway sanad kasta waa Ilwaad Elman Ali Ahmed oo la qaybsanaysa laba qof oo kale tartankana kula jirto ku tartamaysa.
Thank you very much.